Welcome to this very brief screencast on an algorithm for writing Java programs for ICS 111. So I've come up with this very simple algorithm that should help you write your programs for ICS 111. First step is you'll be given a problem statement, similar to write a program that asks for the user's name and then greets the user by name. So the first step is to read the problem. So another problem might be write a program that shows a small red square and a small blue square. The user should be able to drag and drop either square with the mouse. So the first step is to read the problem statement and be sure to understand what the program needs to do. This is a key factor in being able to actually produce a program that does what has a desired outcome. If you turn in a program that doesn't do what was asked of you, you're not going to get very many points, and if you do this while you're working, you're probably going to lose your job. Second step is to open a text editor or IDE, or if you're going to do it with paper and pencil, write down the question. So you take the text editor, you create a Java file. The name of the Java file needs to be the name of the class, so you look at the question. So like in this case, write a program that asks for the user's name and then greets the user. I chose to use the program name greeting. So I create a greeting.java file. And then I create a comment at the top of that file that reproduces the question. So I can always look at the question while I'm doing my programming. So I don't have to keep switching to something else while I'm doing my programming. I can always just look at the beginning of the file and I know what my program is supposed to do. The third step is to insert this Java boilerplate. The name of the class is the name of the file, because Java requires that the name of the class be the name of the file. So here's an example of the Java boilerplate. I have a java.comment up here that, previous. I have a java.comment that basically repeats the question, because this program does what it's supposed to. It asks the user's name and then greets you. It has an author tag with my name, so you're going to put your name there. And then we have public class greeting. Greeting is the name. Remember, we have to pick greeting.java. Open curly brace, and then another java.comment for our main subroutine. And again, the java.comment describes what this subroutine does, and since we're going to do all our work in main, it basically does what the program's supposed to do. So it asks the user's name and then greets them by name. And we have the @param tag that says that this main subroutine has a parameter args, and it is the command line number. So if you type Java C greeting and then hello would be the first string in the array of strings. Just get to the point where you can produce this boilerplate almost subconsciously. It's public class, the greeting, you have your Java doc for the class that describes what this class does. You then have your Java doc for the main subroutine, and you have public static void main, string array args, open curly brace, and then you go on to step 4, which is to add the pseudo code comments to the main subroutine. And we want to write down the comments that are the steps that you need to do to have the program do what it needs to do. So in this case, I have a comment that says ask for the user's name, and then I greet the user by name. So that's the 2 steps that are described in the problem, and those are the 2 steps that I need to do. That's a little too complicated for converting that directly into Java, so we follow the 5th step, which is to refine the steps. So we take a look at the previous steps and then break them up into smaller and smaller steps until we can replace the comment with a Java. So in the example here, maybe ask for the user's name. It can be broken up into print out the question, please type in your name, and then read in the user's name. So that we broke that into 2 steps. And then the greet the users by name is probably print out welcome or hello greetings and then the name. So now we sort of need to remember the name, so we had to create a variable. So it might be print out the question, read in the name to a variable, then print out the greeting plus the name. And that would be our comments, and then now we can switch those, we could refine them again until we can replace those with Javadoc. The printout is system.println, and then the strings. The reading in would be using something like text.io class, variable string name, and then the greeting would be system.println. So those are the 5 steps to the algorithm on how to do programming in Java in ICS 111. Thank you.